the reality.
Yeah, to show people. What's that? Yeah, nobody has clothes on, shit like that. I know. Why do you think every day I wore African clothes? Every day, right? Am I lying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not lying. Every day I wore African clothes. I'm proud, man. I'm proud, man.
Man, as soon as I stepped off the plane, they embraced us. Welcome home, brother. Everybody greeted each other, brother, sister, mother. Like this trip was more than what I imagined. Way, way more than what I imagined. Formal education didn't teach me this. Not in the States. Nah. It had pictures of W.E.B. Du Bois, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, the list goes on. Man, this place was super welcoming. And I felt home. I had to reach out to one of the locals, man, by the name of Ernest. Ernest walked me through a whole heap of things, man. He talked to me about the community. He talked to me even about the drug and alcohol issues and the specific way they support their people, how they don't shun them. The stigma isn't as it is in the United States. Let's check this interview out. Oh, before the interview, I want to show you a little bit about how they greeted us. So, as we were walking through the neighborhood, you seem to know a lot of people, and they seem to know you.
Yeah, but I don't know them.
Huh?
But I don't know them.
No?
Yes, I don't know them.
Okay, all right. So break this down to me. You are a community guy, or is the community just welcoming that way? What do you think?
So in Ghana, everyone is loving. Everyone in Ghana is a welcoming person.
So right now I'm sitting with my man Ernest. Ernest is a man who wears many hats. Graphic designer. Website designer.
Virtual assistant. Human resource
man.
And also a teacher.
And a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we were talking about your the subjects that you teach. So could you expound on that?
Okay, so growing up, I never thought to be a teacher. So my parents took me to school, and down the line, my dad had an eye problem, so he had to go do his cataract surgery.
Yes.
And then he lost one of his eye, so the other gave him a problem. So then things became very difficult, right? So then I had to, from my JHS, in Ghana we call it JHS. Over there you're going to say basic 7 to basic 9. Ghana we call it JHS. So I have to walk about like some miles to school. So I said to myself that I was never going to let money be a limitation in my life. I need to get the education. So that I took every ways in me to go. So when I completed school, when I got enrolled to the senior high school, my parents didn't have the money to take me. So I have to use 2 years. I had to go learn how to repair printers.
Repair printers?
Yes.
Okay.
And computers.
And computers.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
all right. So now we're getting into the tech part.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
Go ahead.
So I gathered a little money.
Okay.
And then after 2 years, I decided to go back to school.
Good.
So I started with a friend of mine, who also happens to be things very difficult for him. So I met him, and then we vowed to ourselves that we are going to get there. So apparently he sells KK, and I sell pure water.
Now what's KK?
It's a food in Ghana.
It's food.
Yes,
in Ghana.
It's food in Ghana.
Okay.
So it's made up of corn, and then we wrap it with plantain leaves, dry plantain leaves.
Okay.
So we call it the Fanti Kenke.
Okay. Is that the stuff you dip it in? You dip it in food?
So my friend.
All right, go ahead.
Do sell that kenke. So the kenke, you take off the wrap.
Yes.
And then you take it and you dip it into whether stew
yes,
or...
Yes. I thought I saw that before. That's why I asked that question.
Yes.
I haven't tried that here
Yeah.
yet.
Okay.
But go ahead.
So we decided to go to school, so we had to start SHS. In Ghana, SHS was 3 years, so we started SHS. I'll show you some pictures of our SHS lifestyle. So that one too, we had to walk about 3 miles to school. And when I completed school, there was no job, so I decided to go into teaching because I felt okay. At first, I said, okay, let me just do teaching for a living.
Okay, for a living.
Yes.
Okay.
So then when I got into teaching, then I realized that most of the kids had problems.
Okay.
So I said, okay, it became a passion now. So the money was little, but then the kids give me joy. Like they really excite me when I see them in the morning. And I always get excited when I help like one child develop a skill and do something.
Yes.
So then when I started teaching, I started teaching the basic 7, basic 8, basic 9, basic design and technology. Here we call it BDT, then times. It was then.
Okay.
So I was teaching the home economic aspect of it.
Okay.
That is like cooking, table setting, sewing, and stuff like that. Yeah. And then my principal said I was good. And then he looked at my CV like, you did how to repair computers and stuff. So basically you can teach computing. I was like, I want to give it a try.
Yeah.
So then I started teaching computing. And then I moved from that school to a different school where I was giving only computing to teach.
Okay.
So I taught computing for 9 years.
9 years.
Yes, but then I wasn't doing theory.
What made you stop?
Because the money wasn't so good enough.
Okay.
And now I'm taking care of my younger siblings.
Okay.
And the pressure is much more. So then I need to get other stuff doing.
Okay.
So by so doing, I said, okay, let me take advantage of that because the school had a computer. Then they had internet.
Yeah.
So then I started learning stuff online. That is when I started learning the graphic designing.
Yeah.
I used Photoshop. Yeah, I designed with Photoshop.
Okay.
And then also I got introduced to Canva and then a little bit of Illustrator. Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, I started doing stuff for the school, designing stuff for the school, and people liked it. They were like, "Oh, who did this thing? It looks nice. It looks nice." Okay. Then I need to learn more, and then I started doing brands, like designing for some brands.
Yeah.
Like Culture Echoes.
Okay.
The brand, I designed their logo and the name. I did. There's so many. Imelda's Kitchen in the UK. I did Beans in the UK. Their logo. So many. But then I didn't take it that serious. I didn't have an Instagram account. I didn't know anything about freelancing.
Yeah.
I was just doing them for fun. People liked it. And so then someone said, okay, you need to move into freelancing. So when I got into the freelancing space, only knew it was 2 apps that I only knew. So when I got there, all I was seeing was assistant. So then I did a research, and then there was a school known as ALX Africa. They help African students to learn a skill for free.
Okay.
But at a certain point, you pay. So then I chanced it. I did my research, and I chanced into one of their programs known as virtual assistant.
Beautiful.
And it was a course for like 3 months or 6 months. I barely forgotten about it. And then I learned it, and then I got a certificate out of it. So still whilst teaching, I said, okay, now I have certificates. So I went to IPMC, one of the renowned computing schools in Ghana and some part of West African countries. And I learned networking. So I was supposed to go for 3 years, but I went for 1.5 because I was not able to pay the remaining school fees. And then I learned networking. I learned installation of security cameras.
Yeah.
And then I did a few things in networking. So I decided to write exams like Compact Plus in the US, but then the amount of money for the certificates were expensive, and then the dollar was also exchanging rate.
Yeah.
And I stopped. So down the line, I said, okay, I am here for about 4 years teaching. I need to get a certificate because I thought that, okay, there'll be a time the school would say, okay, I need people with higher certificates to hire.
Yeah.
Right. And then those without the certificate that we're going to lay off. So I wanted to move into the IT field.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the money to go to the university. So I needed to do distance.
Yeah.
So when we talk about distance, it's the university. Yeah, distance learning. But you go on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay.
2 weeks. So I chanced it, and I was hustling, paying the fees. So Then they didn't have computing for distance. They didn't have, so they had education and administration, business administration.
Okay.
But then looking at the treatments, I said, okay, I want to move out from education. So that made me go to study the human resource management.
Yeah.
And my grades are good. I can show them. So I had
Okay.
second class upper.
Wow.
Yeah, my project. No, one thing that failed me a bit. I could have gotten a first class, but then I didn't. I don't normally go to class because Saturdays, Sundays I'm on the road working.
Yes.
So I only go to school to write exams. You only see me on campus when it's exams time. So that is how come, to answer your question, that is how come I had to run, go here, and then I became a teacher, and the other side works as well.
Okay. All right. So how did you start with this with what you're doing now? How I met you, tour guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you are my tour guide.
Yeah.
On this vacation. So how did you get into this part?
Okay. I met some people around where we are now.
Yes.
They are actually whites.
Okay.
So then they came on their own on vacation.
Okay.
So then I asked them, where have you been in Ghana? They said, we are always here by the beach. I said, no, there are a lot of places you need to go.
Okay.
Right? So then I said, okay, I can take you to Cape Coast Castle. That's the Atlantic slave dungeon. I took them Sunday. I had to speak to a friend to loan me his car. Then I had to get our resources fueled, and then we went there. So on our tour, and then I met this woman. She's called Mary.
Okay.
She's in the U.S., Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
All right. So then I took her number. I was like, hello, hi, can I get your number? And she gave me a number. So she asked me a question like the way you're asking me. Like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a graphic designer. I'm a web developer. I am building a website. I'm into tour. Can you do something about it? I was like, okay, let me have a look at it. So she gave me the size. I said, okay, it's okay, but I can do some few touches to it, right? To make it more attractive. Then she was using GoDaddy.
Okay.
She was doing everything on GoDaddy. I was like, okay, I can do something, good for you. So she was actually working with Jeff.
Okay.
So Jeff was head tour guide.
Yeah, he's head tour guide.
Yes.
That's Jeff. All right.
Jeff.
Just for the listeners, he's the head tour guide.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Yes.
Jeff. All right, go ahead.
So then she introduced me to Jeff and said, I met this guy. He's also a Ghanaian who knows how to do stuff like this. And Jeff said, okay, let him try the website. And then I did the website, and they loved it. They were like, can we put you in our team? I said,
and this is Jeff talking?
Yes.
Okay.
I said, can we put you in our team together with the woman? I said, okay. So I worked with them. I did few things for them. I managed the social media. I create content for them. I do stuff. I go out to the beach, use my phone, create content, and stuff. So the woman liked my job, and then he really loved it. So he bought me a phone. This phone that I'm holding, iPhone 14. She bought it from the US with a US number and shipped it to me in Ghana.
Shipped it to you. Yeah.
So we could work. So it was like a contract based. So I did the work, and then that was it. She loved the work. We still have that relationship. She calls me. She does everything. So then Jeff said, okay, I know you're an IT guy, but you can do more than that because you know more stuff in Ghana.
Very knowledgeable. Yes. Yes.
So I've been having groups that come to Ghana on a tour. Some are in large groups.
Yes.
I need your help. So he keeps telling me, and I always ignore.
Yeah.
No, this is something that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
This is something that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
And then this time around, he called me. He was like, Ernest, you need to do this. You need to meet people. Like, you need to meet them. I was like, okay, let me give it a try. And that's how come I got into this job. I've been working for them behind the scenes.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah, for a while. For like about.
But now you're doing more of the on the ground work.
On the ground work.
You're talking to people. You're guiding people. You're assisting them, and you taking people on mini tours within the tour, right?
Yeah.
You come off as someone extremely passionate about whatever you do.
Exactly.
And what brought me to want to have this sit down with you is the fact that you embraced, us as family, and it really touched my heart. It really did.
Thank you.
You embraced us as family. You laughed at when I talk treat. And I told you I learned it from, but just a small thing that I learned from people, but it's out of respect. You know what I mean? It's just strictly out of respect because of what I do. I have to be competent, culturally competent.
Exactly.
And not just because of what I do, it's because I actually care.
Exactly.
I care to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And with this stay here, I want to tell you, you are a large contributor to me feeling this way, but
Thank
I
you.
truly feel home
Exactly.
here in Ghana. So that leads me to ask you, what does the future hold for you as far as you being a tour guide, as far as you being a businessman, and what do you see yourself doing within the next few years?
Okay, so to answer that question, I think you're really diving deep. So I'm gonna tell you.
No, I'm diving deep.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, yes.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
I need to tell you. All right. So I have passion for creating like you said, I like to own my own business. So I started that already. I've created Elite Access Hub. And what that is, I go to schools, go to businesses by the roadside, places, people. I try to find their problem, and then I tell them I've got solution to your problem. I may not have 100% solution to your problem in running your business and stuff, but I may have like about 80% to help you because
Okay.
I feel like the world is changing. AI is dominating everything to raise the sales and everything. So I also select pool of talents. So I have people around me. I have friends that are very creative, friends that are talented, skilled, and stuff. Right. So when I go to school, I'm like, well, this is what I do. Right. What's the problem that a school is faced? I'm just citing an example.
Okay.
Like, okay, we have shortage of teachers come in and they just leave and stuff. Like, okay, I want to be like the school's advisor for like 3 months for free. So then I try to range a questionnaire to the teachers, the students, the management, and then I gather the feedback, and then I come home as a human resource manager and the skills that I learned in school. So then I try to figure out the problem, why teachers are leaving your school, and then why, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
And then I come back to you, the principal, and I'm telling you that, okay, you're not treating the teachers right. That's why they're leaving. Maybe the salaries are too low. Yeah, and then the parents are complaining, maybe their performances are low. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you get the right teachers. So if any teacher brings an application letter, and then you're going to interview that teacher, I'll be part of the panel people.
Okay.
So what I do is on the interview, I try to ask more knowledgeable questions to know whether you are good in your field because I've taught for 10 years, right? And then after I do a background check to see whether your certificates are original, they're not fake. You really, I take you to the ground because I don't.
This is your human resource
brain.
Yeah.
So I people can come in with paper, like they have the certificate, but they don't have the skill. They don't know how to do it, right? So I'm gonna go put you on the field and do it. I'm gonna assess you. And when I started that, some schools it was helping. So I said, okay, I need to create a business known as Elite Access Hub, not only for like schools but for any other people. So I have about 4 guys that I currently have. So when someone says they need something that is not my field, I have one guy who is an event planner.
Yes.
I'm not an event planner. So when someone wants to celebrate their birthday, parties, funerals, actually, like, Ernest, you did the design for me, but do you know someone who can plan it? Like, yes, I've got someone for you. Then I'm gonna call that guy. I'm like, you know what? I've got a client who wants an events planner. You know how I work. I want everything perfect. You deal with the person in a nice way. So I let the client talk to me, or you talk directly to the person. And then if you don't do the work, well, I'm gonna hold you responsible. I don't care whether you are my friend or not, because business is business.
Business is business.
So now I'm in
Okay.
my company,
Yes.
and then currently try to expand my wings for people to know. But most basically, I'm trying to do more of a freelancing, get people outside, like the States, trying to tell them the stuff that I do.
All right. So now you say all of these things, and I see you double back to the school. So it seems like your heart is still with the school. It's just that, the demands, the financial demands that you have on you kind of led you in different directions. Are you saying that your heart is still with the school? Like your heart is still with teaching and having youth taught in proper ways?
Yes, so still I do teaching. Like I do it on a part time.
Yeah.
So now I teach kids STEM. So what I do is I teach kids Scratch.
What's that?
It's a programming language.
Okay.
Yes, and then we do basics of electronics
Okay.
and basics of robotics.
Okay.
And then also in my church,
Mm-hmm.
I try to talk to some of the youths on how to be responsible people.
Yeah.
Like I try to change the mentality of youths that I see around me. Like I
Yeah.
get them close. Like teaching. I feel like teaching is a calling, right? When you have it,
Okay.
you do have it, right? I may not be in the field, but I still do. I have so many ways of teaching like
Yeah.
people around me. So like I feel like my situation, whatever I went to, I use that as a testimony to others and tell them like, you can get there, right?
Yeah.
Well, I may not say that I'm not fully there yet, but then when I look at if I'd stopped and I didn't strive, I wouldn't get here today for you to interview me.
Yes.
I wouldn't even have good English. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even speak good English. Then I strive. So I use my life as a testimony
Mm-hmm.
to tell other young guys that you know what, you can still do it.
Got it. Got it. And it's the truth. You're showing them. You're showing them. And you saying, look, I haven't even arrived to where I want to go yet.
Yes.
But look, I'm going this direction.
Yeah.
It takes focus, takes connections. Now, not to switch too much, but I am want to transition into some things about the neighborhood in Ghana.
Okay.
You seem to be pretty connected
Yeah.
in this particular neighborhood. Where are we now? What's this neighborhood called?
Okay, so we are in the Greater Accra, but we are at the south part
In the
of Greater
Greater Accra.
Yep.
Okay.
So we are at Kokrobite now.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Kokrobite.
Kokro
Bite.
Bite.
Yeah.
Okay. So as we were walking
Mm-hmm.
through the neighborhood,
Exactly.
you seem to know a lot of people, and they seem to know you.
Yeah,
Right?
but I don't know them.
Huh?
But I don't know them.
No?
Yes, I don't know them.
Okay, all right. So break this down to me. Break this down. You are a community guy,
Yeah.
or is the community just welcoming that way? What do you think?
So in Ghana, everyone is loving. Everyone in Ghana is a welcoming person. We have so many ethnic groups, tribes,
Mm-hmm.
but then we intermarry ourselves. We are Christians, we are Muslims,
Mm-hmm.
but we all live in peace, we live in harmony, we love each other. Like we see every Ghanaian as your brother or as your sister. So like when we're going out of the neighborhood, okay, I didn't know them, they didn't know me.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious.
You
Yes.
knew her?
No.
You didn't know her?
No, she's just a
And
random
she came,
person.
all right.
Yes.
This is amazing. So you're saying that this is just the community.
This is
just how
everyone is.
it is here.
Yes. Yes.
Welcoming and
Loving.
because that lady came out and showed me everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and told everything.
Everything. Even if you were hungry, she would have given you food. So in Ghana like this, when you cook and we are neighbors, like next door neighbors, we can bring the food to the middle and say, hey, knock on your door. I've cooked. Hey, I've cooked. Can we all eat? Even sometimes we cook and we take a portion. We knock your door. We say, I cook. Take a little. I knock on the next person. I said, I cook. Take a little. Like
wow.
So it's normal, like in Ghana.
So that's just the normal.
Yeah,
part.
it's normal.
So now transition into another thing. We were walking down. We were going down, and I don't think I got that on film. But when we were walking, we saw a man who, by the way, he was welcoming.
Yeah.
He was loving and he was welcoming because he said, "Are these Black Americans?"
Yeah.
And he says, "Welcome home." Remember that? He was intoxicated. Now that leads me to this question because you know what I do for a living, and my main focus is drugs and alcohol. I have a question for you. In this you say Greater Accra, right? I just want to stick here.
Okay.
Are there issues with drugs and alcohol with some people?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
At first, it wasn't that much, right? but then people get to overdo because like I wouldn't want to sound racial though, but you know, these folks comes in here and then when they work with some of the people in the community, like they're like, "Do you taking whiskey?" Like, "No, I don't taking whiskey." "Oh, over there because of the weather, we're taking very strong whiskey. You're gonna try," and then you know, little by little, the person falls into it. And then when he's done, he leaves, he goes back to his country, and you're left with it. But then the families and the community people would try as much as possible to get you out of it. So the pastors will do, your parents will do, everybody will try as much as possible. So let me use myself as an example. Like where we walking down the street, we met the man who was like fully drunk. When he meets a local person, not you, the person is going to ask him a straight question. What are you doing to yourself? Why are you so drunk? Can't you just take a little? Can't you see this thing is destroying you? Why don't you stop? You know? And then when you're too drunk and then you can move and like you just fall off, you know, they're gonna pick you up, get you somewhere, and then when like you're okay, they talk to you, they tell you, "Guy, you need to stop, like you need to reduce it." Then the youth, because of some are learning some bad things from the Western, you know, they're doing so much.
They said from the West.
Yeah, the Western.
World.
Yeah, Western world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is the America.
The Europe and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Yes. So they're doing too much. So now there are advocacy. The chiefs, they regularly talk to the youth, the pastors, the youth leaders. So like in every community, there are people that do that. They have, but the hardest thing is now they hide and do those things.
Yeah.
So it's barely hard for you to see them because they know when you see them, you're gonna advise them, and then people will keep talking to you and they'll try as much as possible to change you, and they'll change you. And if that doesn't help, they move you to the they have a place called we call that Pantine or something, like kind of like the psychiatric but reform place to help you come out of that.
So you guys do have drug and alcohol treatment.
Yes, we do.
Okay. So is it accessible?
Yes, it is accessible. I would say from my knowledge, I stand to be corrected though. But for my knowledge of perspective, people don't know much more about it. It's only a few people, like the learned, who knows much more about it.
Well, the field is very young.
Okay. So the mics went out. Yeah. I mean, I was on vacation. I went and bought some cheap lapel mics and they went out. But prior to the end of our discussion, I educated him on the disease of addiction and resources that were available to him in the community, such as local hospitals, things of that nature. We also discussed how we can collaborate to find more available resources in the community. And with his help, I will come back and educate the community on the disease of addiction and the resources available to them in the community and how they can help. Going back there to go to work. Prior to the end of this, I want to give you guys some of what we got prior to us leaving. Love y'all. Please like, share, subscribe. Help me make a change.
What to say? Hey, we want to say. Hey, we want to say. Hey.